Have you ever just stopped and wondered why some people seem to have all the time in the world? I mean, we all get the same 24 hours in a day, right? And yet, some people just feel calm, they're in control, while the rest of us are constantly just rushed. Well, the secret isn't some kind of magic trick, it's a strategy. And trust me, it changes everything.
It really does feel like living in two totally different worlds, doesn't it? On one side, you feel that constant pressure, like time is just slipping through your fingers. But on the other, you feel like you actually own your hours instead of your hours owning you. Now, this isn't about luck, it's a deliberate mindset. And the difference boils down to one incredibly powerful concept: time leverage. And right here, this is the core idea we're going to unpack. Time leverage isn't really about managing your time better, it's about literally buying it back. It's the strategy of using your resources, yeah, especially money, to reclaim your most valuable, totally non-renewable asset, your hours. This is how you create the space for the things that actually, move the needle in your life. To do this, though, it requires a fundamental shift in how we think about everything. We have to start seeing our time as the real currency, something far more valuable than the dollars sitting in our bank accounts. The entire concept really boils down to this one simple trade. Most of us, we're taught our whole lives to do what's on the left. We trade our time for money. That's what a job is, right? But the wealthy, well, they do the exact opposite. They actively use their money to buy back their time. And here's what that actually looks like in the real world. Come on, we've all done the thing on the left, haven't we? Driving all the way across town just to save $5, even if it chews up an hour of our day. The wealthy mindset just sees that as a terrible trade. They understand their time is worth so much more, so they will gladly pay a premium to save those minutes. And this whole idea expands even further. See, it's not just two groups. For the poor, trading time for money is a necessity. It's about survival. For the middle class, it's about trading time for comfort and for stability. But look at the wealthy. They trade money for time. And here's the kicker. It's not for leisure, it's for creation. They use that time they bought back to build the very assets that generate even more freedom. Okay, so we get the what and we get the why, but now let's get into the how. How do you actually put this whole strategy into practice in your own life? And the most important thing you need to grasp is this. This is not magic. It is not some secret you have to be born into. It is a deliberate, learnable strategy. It's a system that anyone can use. So this is the toolkit in action. It's all about systematically looking at your life, finding those low-value tasks, and figuring out ways to get them off your plate. Outsourcing the cleaning, automating grocery deliveries, hiring a virtual assistant to handle your inbox. Look, this isn't about being lazy. It is about recognizing that the return you get on your focused time is way, way higher than the cost of these services. I just love this metaphor because it perfectly captures the intentionality of it all. Imagine every minute you have, every hour, is like a soldier. You have to evaluate every task, every conversation. Is it building your empire or is it just weakening it? Each hour is a resource you have to deploy with purpose. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but I'm not wealthy. And honestly, that's the most important part of this whole explainer. You absolutely do not need to be. This isn't about making one giant life-altering leap. It's a journey that's made up of a bunch of small, consistent steps. The whole shift, it really starts with the tiny decisions you make every single day. So how do you start? Well, you start by asking yourself some simple but really powerful questions. What are the biggest time thieves in my day? What's a mindless task that I can totally automate? What low-value activity can I just pay someone else to do? And, maybe the most important one of all, what can I just stop doing? There is a saying that just gets right to the heart of this issue. The real danger of being too busy isn't just the stress. It's something called time poverty. It's being so caught up in the day-to-day grinds that you have absolutely no time left to think, to plan, to strategize, or to grow. And when you start buying back your time, even if it's just 30 minutes here, an hour there, this is the incredible shift that happens. You go from being tossed around on a raft, just reacting to whatever waves come your way, to actually steering your own ship. You stop just surviving your life, and you start actively designing it. So what is the end game here? I mean, what's the real return on this investment when you start trading your money for time? Well, it's something so much deeper than just being more productive. The ultimate prize isn't luxury, it's space. And I'm not talking about physical space. I'm talking about mental space, emotional space, and creative space. It's that freedom from the constant low-level panic that finally lets you think clearly. It's in that quiet space that new ideas are born and opportunities that were totally invisible before suddenly just pop into focus. Let's just put this into perspective for a second. Think about it. You can lose all your money and you can make it back. You could damage your reputation and you can rebuild it. But time is the only asset here that is completely 100% non-refundable. Once a second is spent, it is gone forever. And that really brings us to the final crucial takeaway. Rich people don't get more hours in the day than you or me. They just fundamentally refuse to waste theirs. It's a deep, personal commitment to protecting their most valuable asset. So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Knowing that every single second you have is a non-refundable investment, how are you spending yours?